What's up, guys? In this video, I'll be going over my controller settings for Season 10. It's been a little while since I made a video on my settings, and I changed a couple things around, so to keep you all updated, here is a new video on these settings. Now, one quick note, settings are a personal preference, and I believe these are the best settings for me. But for you, it could be something different. So if it feels like your game isn't where you want it to be, consider switching to these settings or someone else's. I get asked a lot, what's my sensitivity? Should I play on ALC? Or what kind of controller do I use? And in this video, I'm going to cover it all. If you're new here, my channel centers around helping you guys improve at Apex Legends, and all I ask in return for this video specifically is for you guys to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps my video out tremendously and will only take a second of your time. Alright, let's get right into these settings. Alright guys, let's get into it. For gameplay, let's start here. Interact prompt styles on default. This displays more or less information about weapons on the ground, etc. Button hints is on. You don't really need it on though if you've been playing for a minute. I just haven't switched it off. Crosshair damage feedback is X with shield icon. This will give me an X when I shoot and hit somebody, letting me know that I've hit them, and also give me their shield color, purple, gold, etc. Damage numbers are stacking. This shows combined number of all recent damage. So for automatics, it just adds up. Single fire, it doesn't actually like stack like that. All right, ping opacity is on faded. I like this. This helps partially transparent pings most of the time. That way pings don't really block your field of view. Obituaries is the kill feed. I have that on. You can gather some info from the kill feed. It is helpful if you are a smart player. Mini map rotation is off. Weapon auto cycle on empty is off. Auto sprint is on. That way I don't wear and tear my left joystick as much. That means double tap sprint's off. Jetpack control. This is for Valkyrie only. It's on toggle. Incoming damage feedback is 3D. This will show arrow indicators from where you're taking damage from. So if you guys didn't know, thermite grenades will always show you the direction in which you're taking the damage from if you never know where the burn is coming from. This is great for controller players. Make sure you have this off. This will close you out of a death box if you get hit for one single damage. So make sure this is off. This is helpful if you're going for an armor swap quickly, or to quickly grab something out of a box even though you know you're in a vulnerable spot. Hop up, pop up. This just gives you info on hop ups, like so. Let's see, drop this. Pops up right there in the corner. All right, anonymous mode is disabled. This is really for streamers. Streamer mode is, I think streamer mode is pointless. Usage sharing, this is for EA to gather info. I'll give them all the info. Performance display, you guys want this on. This is the indicator in the top right of my screen. It shows me my FPS, my ping, the match ID, which sometimes Respawn will ask for if you're having a lot of connectivity issues, things like that. Okay, colorblind mode's off. I don't use that. I know a lot of people do, not me. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Controller layout. All right, Apex will put you on default. I recommend changing to button puncher. This makes your crouch to your right stick, and melee is B. Melee will also be your right trigger if you don't have a weapon drawn. I recommend changing that crouch to toggle. This helps me out tremendously for crouch spamming if you need to. That way you're not stuck tapping down on the right stick and then trying to lift it up mid-fight. So toggle is the wave. All right, aim button's on hold. You don't want that on toggle. Survival slot button. This is basically so you can spam heirlooms. If you need to use the survival slot, it's down here. You have to hit start and get into your inventory. Okay, menu cursor speed. This is helpful to move around in death boxes and be able to quickly grab things. Trigger dead zones, I have none. This is basically how sensitive the triggers are when pressed. All right, my look and my ADS are both on 4. This is my sweet spot. I love both of these on 4. I've messed around with 5.4, 4.3, and I've just found that 4.4 is the spot. Per optic, You don't really need this on. You could leave this on 4. The only one I have 10 times is on 5, which I don't even never pick up the 10 times, so it doesn't really matter. So everything is on 4 here. Response curve is classic. I haven't messed around with this to feel like I need to change it up. Look dead zone is small. This will help you for stick drift, and smaller helps for better aim control. Did I miss anything up here? No. Oh, interact reload button. Tap to use and reload. So X can do a lot of things, or square, I think, if you're on PlayStation. And tap to use and reload is just what's more comfortable for me. I know you can change this up, but I use this. Inverted look off. You're psycho if you use inverted look. Vibration is also off. I played for vibration on for the first few months when I started Apex, but once I turned it off, I definitely like it better with off. I don't use ALC. I don't play claw. I play on a normal Xbox Elite 2 controller with no paddles. Now we're getting into video. If you're on PC, you want to make sure that, well, even if you're not on PC, you want to make sure your FOV is at least over 100. I'm playing on 108 right now. This is basically how zoomed out the field of view appears for you. So they put you on 70. You don't want to be on 70. 100 or over, guys. 110 is great. I'm on 108 right now. This FOV ability scaling is for Bloodhound and Octane. Octane when he stims, and Bloodhound when they're in their ultimate. I have this enabled. This basically increases the FOV when I use those abilities. I felt like I got so used to dealing with that change that disabling it didn't really help me. Sprint view shake is minimal. All of my video settings are set to low, and that is what I recommend, especially if you're trying to record or stream, or if you don't have the highest end PC right now. So basically disable or put everything to low. And that is just about what every content creator I know does. Audio, obviously at 100, so you can hear those footsteps that don't exist. And then, yeah, mess with the volume for music and things like that. All right, guys, those are my settings for Season 10. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the game, I recommend trying these settings out. And if you're more experienced, you can certainly try them out too. Just remember though, constantly changing your settings and sensitivity is not super healthy for your gameplay or your muscle memory. So if you switch to something, try sticking with it for a little while. That way you can gather all of the experience you need to for that specific setting or sensitivity. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on more Apex content. And if you want to join my Discord with over 1,700 members, there's always people looking for teammates, talk about Apex, life, all that stuff. Click the link in the description. And that's going to be it for me. I'll catch you on my next one. Peace.